وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Respected elders and friends, brothers in Islam, we thank and praise Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, sustainer, cherisher and nourisher. We send salutations, salawat and salam upon his last Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, our teacher and the greatest benefactor to mankind. Alhamdulillah, we are within the very blessed moments, days and nights of Ramadan al-Mubarak. These days and nights are the days and nights dedicated to the rahmah and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, freedom and emancipation from the fire of Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept and limited and specified and dedicated these days and nights to some very special benefits, favors and blessings of His. The fortunate of us are those who take use of them, who take the opportunity of benefiting from them, and the unfortunate from within us are those who pass these days as normal days, as we would any other days. May Allah forgive us first of all for any lapses that we might have had over the last few days, not spending our time correctly, not taking full benefit of the time. And may Allah inspire us, give us the tawfiq and ability to spend the remaining days in a way which is pleasing to Him, inshallah. Ameen. Brothers, there are many topics we can speak about in Ramadan. As you know, Ramadan is jami', is comprehensive. It has many aspects to it, as I just mentioned. But I would like to discuss an aspect of charity and sadaqah in this month. As we know, Rasulullah generally was a very generous person. The hadith mentions, Kana ajwadun nas. He was a very generous person. There was no one, another hadith mentions, subhanAllah, beautiful explanation, that if it was not for the la, which is in Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, if it was not for that no, that there is no God but Allah, every no of Rasulullah was a yes. That was the only no that was there, and that was the no of the Shahada. So he readily, happily spent and helped with whatever he had, sometimes more, sometimes less, whatever resources was available to him, and somebody had a need or there was some need, he readily would spend. This was generally the case. But when it came to the month of Ramadan, the hadith mentioned, كَانَ أَجْوَدُ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمُرْسَلَةِ. His generosity would multiply manifold. It was though the example is given as a fast blowing wind. It would touch everybody. It would, encompass everything. And it would be fast and severe. And it would be, mashallah, rolling out and moving with speed. So, charity is one very close aspect connected to Ramadan. In fact, there's another hadith of Tirmizi, that أفضل الصدقة, the best sadaqah is that sadaqah which is given in the month of Ramadan. Now, I'm not speaking of zakat. Zakat is very specific amount of 2.5%. The people and masarif and the recipients of zakat are very specific, can only be given to a certain specific group of people. I'm speaking, and this, of course, we know is a pillar of Islam, it's a compulsion, and we hope, inshallah, everybody is fulfilling it out time to time correctly, inshallah. I'm speaking of general sadaqah, general charity. Now, I can speak from the country where is my origin, that alhamdulillah, we have opportunity to give sadaqah in every corner of every road, every traffic light, every parking lot, every, wherever there is somebody standing, you have opportunity to give every day $5, $10, $20 in rands or whatever it is. Here, fortunately or unfortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, we don't have that opportunity to give sadaqah readily. And somebody might be asking, this thought comes in mind, this waswasa comes, but what is it in me to give for me? What is it for me? What is it in it for me to give sadaqah? What do I get out of it? Brothers and sisters, sadaqah is the jewel of Islam. It is that aspect which which wipes out sins, the hadith says. يُطْفِئُ الذُّنُوبِ يُطْفِئُ الْخَطِيئَ. As fire extinguishes, as water extinguishes fire, so too the sadaqah extinguish a life of sin, mistakes. That's why ulama mentioned the ayat of Quran which says, وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ وَزُلَفًا مِنَ اللَّيْلِ إِنَّ الْحَسَنَاتِ يُذْهِبْنَ السَّيِّئَاتِ ذَلِكَ ذِكْرَى لِلذَّاكِرِينَ. That do good actions, establish salah, because every good deed wipes out a bad deed. In this, sadaqah is included as well, as explained from the hadith I just shared with you. What else is in sadaqah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's anger on His servants for their lapses, for their mistakes, for their sins increases. Allah gives opportunity, He gives time, He gives, He tolerates. But His anger increases, His displeasure increases. And if a person does not make tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, time comes when Allah, for the benefit of that Muslim servant of His, for the mu'min servant of His, Allah gives him some taste of some difficulties to bring him back, as the Quran says, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. But sadaqah, again, subhanAllah, is that treasure that when a person takes from their wealth and they spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for any good works, that very anger, ghadab and ghayr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calms down, it cools off. So the benefits of sadaqah are multi. There are so many. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has mentioned it protects us from an evil, bad death, a wretched death. And subhanAllah, if we really, brothers, think about it, our lives in total comes down to that last few moments. Wallah, I shared this with you last week, last time I was here. From here I went to a hospital. There was a brother in Sakaratul Maut. This is the first time I saw someone close up in Sakaratul Maut. And Allah put this quote in mind, that as this man is lying there and his breath is shallow, and he's in the last moments of his life, did he have some aspirations? Yes. Did he have dreams? Yes, like all of us. He wanted this and he wanted that. Did he have problems in his life? Yes, he had problems, as all of us do. But at that point, while he was lying in his bed with his family around him, were those dreams of his in his mind? Were those problems that he's seen in his life, or whatever years he was going to live for, was that in front of him at that moment? Everything was zero to him. It was nothing. It was irrelevant. There was no relevance to it. At that moment, the thought, the feeling, the attitude was, I'm now passing over into my eternity, into my eternal life. What have I sent forward? What am I going to answer? What is going to be my condition now, my halat now? Am I going to leave this world with iman or in another state? So it all comes down to that last few moments of our life as to what we have prepared for our akhirah. And giving sadaqah is not only preparing for our akhirah, but it is guaranteed for us, inshallah, from the words of Rasulullah that we will have a good death, inshallah. And a good death is a death of iman, inshallah. I want to share with you a story. A story mentioned in the tafsir of Surah Safat. It's a very beautiful incident, very thought-provoking. Let us check up the tafsir of it, inshallah. Let us share the story with our children as well. I think it's about the ayah number 14 or 15, from there on. It speaks about two people, a Muslim and a Kafir. The story discusses three aspects before I go into it. It talks about investment as sadaqah, and what is the return for a mu'min. You know, we all, mashallah, if I want to put down some money, what am I going to get, brother? What dividends is there in for me? What's my share? What's my profits from this? So what does investment, what is the concept of investment for a Muslim? Number two, this story highlights the temporary nature of this life. How this life is just passes by, like a dream, like a fantasy. And the third thing is, the story speaks about who is a truly successful, enviable person. Who is a lucky person? Is it the one who made the right investment in this world? Is it the one who won the lottery? Who is the lucky person? Is it the one who has the best of material things, which by the way is halal, it is permissible to have, but it is not the objective of life. So there were two people, a Muslim and a Kafir. They were business partners. And they did a business and they were profitable to 6,000 dinars, gold coins, which is a large sum of money. They distributed 50%, 50%, 3,000 dinars, 3,000 dinars. And they went their separate ways. After some time, they met up somewhere again. So the Kafir asked the Muslim, what did you do? Tell me, what did you do? How did you invest? What did you do? How did you invest? So he said, Muslim said, I've not done really anything at the moment. What have you done? So he said, I've taken 1,000 dinars and I have purchased prime property. I have invested in prime property. I've got lakeside, I've got gardens, I've got landscaping, I've got, in fact in one narration it mentions that the palace, the palace of one of the kings who had just died was up for sale and he purchased the palace. So the Muslim asked, did you really do that? He said, yes. So the Muslim, then they parted ways. And the Muslim on that very night went home. He took 1,000 dinars from his profits. He put it in front of him on the Musalla Sajjada. He performed 2 rakat salah and he said, oh Allah, my partner, my Kafir partner has invested in the life of this world. He has bought prime property, invested in prime property in this world. Ya Allah, I put this 1,000 dinars because Ya Allah, and one day he will die and he will leave it behind. And then this is that intelligence and understanding and that aspect of fortune, how fortunate he was, this Muslim. He said, oh Allah, this person, he understood the temporary nature of this life. He says, oh Allah, this person took with so much dreams, he's bought this property, Ya Allah. With so much hopes, he's bought this property. But al-maut, he'll know death will come to him and he's going to leave the whole thing behind. So it's actually a mirage. It's something, even if he has it, it's just there for a few moments. Oh Allah, I take this 1,000 dinars and I send it forth to you, Ya Allah, and I want to make a deal with you. I want the property in Jannah from you. I want the prime property with the castle, with the palace, with the rivers, with the landscaping and the gardens from you in Jannah. And the next morning he goes and distributes it. After some time they meet up again. Same question, Muslim asked, Kafir asked, look, what happened? You did anything yet? He said, no, really, I have not really invested in anything yet. What have you done? He said, I needed a lot of help to look after this large estate of mine, so I had to invest in a lot of servants, slaves, and help, workers. So I dedicated another 1,000 dinars to this. So we can understand this from a worldly concept, from the worldly aspect, that he had 3,000 dinars and he took his wealth and he invested it in things and he was getting the dividends of this and he was, enjoying it. The mu'min went home that same night and he sat down on the musalla and he made the same dua. He said, oh Allah, my sharik, my partner has invested in the leisures of this world, in the help and the servants of this world. Ya Allah, غَدًا يَأْتِي الْمَوْتُ وَغَدًا يَتْرُكُهُمْ أَوْ تَتْرُكُهُمْ. Death is going to come to him. Either he will leave them or death will come to them first and they will leave him. Yani there is no loyalty. No loyalty in this world. The dunya will take you and use you and never give you anything back. It will never be loyal to you. And he said, oh Allah, I will take this 1,000 dinars. And this is the investment. I'm investing it with you, Ya Allah. With the belief and with the conviction that you will give me in akhirah this amount of servants and the pleasures and favors of Jannah. And the next morning he goes and distributes it. They meet for a third time. He said, what has happened? Come on, tell me, what did you do with your money? What did you do with your investments? He said, look, I still haven't really got down to it. What have you done? He said, I had one last thing left. What was it, brothers? The woman. I just needed that lady, I had it all. That lust. I just needed that one woman. And the young brothers and sisters can understand this. When our lives is consumed in a certain age by that one person, wallah, there is no loyalty in this dunya. If there is no deen with it, there is no loyalty. It is a deception. And I have married a certain woman of such status and such wealth and, such standing, and I had to dedicate 1,000 dinars for this. The mu'min went home that night and he said, oh Allah, this person has done this. Either he will die and he will leave her behind, or she will die before him, and she will leave him behind. I will invest with you, Allah. I want from you, Ya Allah. I will send towards you in Akhirah, Ya Allah. You see, it's Qibla. The Qibla of a mu'min. He lives in this world, but his Qibla is Akhirah. He lives in this world, but his effort is Akhirah. How fortunate is that person, Wallah, how fortunate is that person who walks on this earth, he eats the food of this earth, he lives on this earth, he lives in the house, he drives that car, he lives with his family, laughs and jokes with them. But every moment he's thinking, Ya Allah, what can I prepare for my Akhirah? What good deeds can I send forward to you? And then this person goes home and he makes this, again, this Muslim, he makes this deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they meet for a first time. And the mu'min is in a simple condition, he's living his life in a simple state. And the kafir comes with his entourage, he's got his horses, his people behind him, his whole group. And he sees the mu'min and he greets him and he says, what has happened to you? What is your state? He's comparing, of course, himself with the Muslim. He said, we had the same amount. What did you do? Where did you invest? And he's comparing that I am here and you are here. So the Muslim says, أَقْرَضْتُهُمْ, I gave it in a loan. He said, who did you loan it to? He said, Al-Mali'u al-Wafi. That person or that being who is loyal and is very, very well resourced, a very well resourced lawyer, Al-Mali, someone who has a lot. And Al-Wafi, he is loyal. So the kafir was even more interested. What investment has this person made? He says, who is this? He says, Allah Rabbi, Allah my Rabb. Then the kafir quickly pulls his hand away and he says, أَإِذَا مِتْنَا وَكُنَّا تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا أَإِنَّا لَمَدِينُونَ. Are you truthful in what you are saying? You did what you did with the belief that you will get back. Are you saying that when we die and we become dust and bones, that we will be resurrected and we will be given recompense and we will be given reward and we will be given back what we did in this world? I do not believe it, the kafir says. I reject this. That's why I did whatever I want to do in this world. And you know, brothers, this is what we see in all the billboards, Nike and what, live without limits, you live once, live hard. It's all about this world. Give it all you got. Live it up. Earn hard, spend hard, party hard, do whatever you want. Fulfill every last desire of yours in this world. Do it all because you just live once. It's just once. So, he walked away. He was very upset, this kafir. He walked away. He said, this is a stupid person. And sometimes, subhanAllah, when we do spend, some of our family members will even make this on us, brother. I mean, what are you doing, Where are you spending your money? Of course, we're not speaking about taking the rights of family, children. Everyone's rights need to be fulfilled. But we're speaking about dedicating some percentage of our earnings. And I know it's difficult. It's there because we work hard for it. But this is where we need to think that this is a favor of Allah on me. It's not mine. Ahsin kama ahsan Allahu ilayk. The people came to Qarun and said, Qarun, you are multi-millionaire. You've got so much. Ahsin, show favor as Allah has shown favor to you. Share, spend. He said, what are you talking about? Ahsan Allahu ilayk. What did Allah do for me? This is my ability, my strategy. This is where I started from scratch. What you talking? I built this empire. What are you talking about, Allah? This is mine. And this was his downfall. The mu'min says, it says in the narration that he will come into Jannah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send him into Jannah. And he will see a large area of properties, of palaces, of gardens, of rivers, of hura'eens, of servants, of, the pure wine of Jannah, of all his friends and so forth. And he will ask, who is this? And listen to this, brothers. He will say, my good deeds could never bring me to this point.